You know that feeling when you're part of a company that's working incredibly hard, but it just doesn't feel like you're really going anywhere? Well, today we're diving into a powerful business operating system that's designed to fix exactly that, to help you climb out of all that turbulence and into your peak performance jet stream.
And it all kicks off with a story that, let's be honest, probably sounds super familiar. So, this is Mallory. She's a CEO, her company looks great on paper, but on the inside, it's chaos. It feels stuck. I mean, everyone's smart, everyone's hustling, but it's like all that energy is just creating friction instead of forward motion. And this feeling, this is the exact problem the JetStreamWay was built to solve.
Mallory's situation actually has a name. It's called being stuck in the turbulence. And it's that state of painful, grinding growth where your day is just one crisis after another. All your energy goes into just staying afloat. You know where you want to go, but you're just battling these constant headwinds, struggling to keep your altitude, never mind actually climbing.
Now, this turbulence isn't just bad luck. It's fueled by two big invisible forces. First up, you've got the strategy execution gap. This is that giant canyon between the amazing plan you make in January and what your team is actually doing on a random Monday morning. And second, the perception reality gap. This is where leaders are making huge decisions based on what they think is happening, but it's totally disconnected from the reality on the front lines. They're essentially flying blind.
So the big question is, how do you break free? And here's the critical part. You can't just work harder. You can't just slam the throttle forward. That just burns more fuel while you're stuck at the same inefficient altitude. No, you need a fundamentally new approach, an integrated system that's actually designed to help you climb.
And that new approach, it all starts with a huge aha moment in how we even think about a business. Instead of seeing it as this collection of separate departments to be fixed one by one, we need to see it as a single, totally integrated system.
You know the old way, right? It's like playing whack-a-mole. You hire a consultant to fix sales, you buy new software to fix tech. But you're just treating the symptoms, not the root cause. The JetStreamWay says, stop that. It calls for a dual transformation because it recognizes that your business systems and your people are completely, 100% interconnected.
And this right here perfectly illustrates the core thesis. Think of your business systems, all your processes, your tech, your finances, as the aircraft, and your leadership team, they're the flight crew. Now, a state-of-the-art aircraft is totally useless without a world-class crew, and even the best crew in the world can't do much in a broken plane. Get it? You have to upgrade both at the same time.
So what's the actual blueprint for making this dual transformation happen? Well, the JetStreamWay gives you an integrated flight plan and is built on 4 interconnected pillars.
Together, these 4 pillars make up a complete operating system. First, you need directional mastery. That's your navigation system, so you actually know where you're going. Second, collective flourishing. That's your world-class flight crew. Third is foundational fortitude. Think of this as the unshakable airframe of your plane that can handle the stress of growth. And finally, process ingenuity. These are your powerful engines creating the thrust that gives you momentum.
Now, to really understand what's going on inside your business, the system introduces a totally new kind of metric. They're called lift indicators tags. Honestly, think of these as the secret weapon for your flight dashboard because they don't just tell you what's happening, they tell you why.
Okay, so we all know lagging indicators, right? That's stuff like revenue. It tells you what already happened. Then you have leading indicators, like your sales pipeline, that try to predict what will happen. But lift indicators are a different beast entirely. They're like the diagnostic sensors on the engine itself. They measure the actual health and capability of your underlying systems, telling you why things are happening and giving you the earliest possible warning that trouble might be coming.
So, you've got the blueprint, you've got the diagnostics. How do you actually implement all this? The answer is, you don't do it with some massive, overwhelming annual plan that everyone forgets in a month. You do it with an agile, iterative approach that builds real, tangible momentum.
Progress happens in these focused 6-week sprints. And the rhythm here is absolutely key. Notice how it alternates between action labs, where you're working on the aircraft, your systems, and coaching labs, where you're developing the flight crew, your people. This is that dual transformation imperative in action, making sure your systems and your people evolve together perfectly in sync. And what this disciplined cadence does is it creates this amazing energy from tangible short-term wins. Instead of feeling totally overwhelmed by some giant scary plan, the team gets this addictive thrill of seeing real progress every 6 weeks.
And that is what builds the momentum you need to climb.
And the result? The payoff for consistently applying this integrated approach, upgrading the aircraft and the flight crew together sprint after sprint, is that the business finally breaks through all that turbulence.
You reach what's called your cruising altitude, and this is that state of peak performance where your strategy actually becomes reality. Your teams are aligned, growth feels purposeful instead of painful, and your leaders can finally stop being firefighters and start being the strategists they're meant to be. The whole business is just flying smoother, faster, and way more efficiently. So, the crucial takeaway here is that this isn't just a collection of nice ideas. It is a complete, integrated flight plan. It gives you the diagnostics to understand where you are, the blueprint for what you need to build, and the agile sprint methodology to actually get it all done.
So there you have it. This explainer has laid out the map to get your organization out of the daily grind and into its jet stream of peak performance. The only question left is, are you ready to take the controls?